Iraqi Dinar Guru Opinions January 24, 2025. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. January 24, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26. The whole thing falls on one thing: the amendment budget readings. If we're waiting for a float or a basket, what is it that's going to give us the float or the basket? The amendments. If they pass the amendment, all hell is going to break loose, but this time in a good way. January 24, 2025 Intel Guru Mark Z, via PDK. Question: do you think Trump knows when we'll RV? Mark Z: I do know someone from inside the new administration who has absolutely every reason to be up to speed, because of where they're at. They are saying that the value change in currencies is on the absolute top of their list. It was reassuring to hear that from a political source that this is a priority. Also, this person is a currency holder. This revaluation would fix a lot of problems. I cannot say more without getting into lots of trouble. January 24, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT Goat. There is new sheriff in town and his name is Donald Trump. What will his policy be towards the Iraqi financial system? 4 years have passed since his last administration and there has been way too much progress in the banking and financial reforms to turn back to the days of the prior Trump administration laden with sanctions. I am told by my CBI contact that al-Sudani is hoping for an invite to visit the new president in Washington, or better yet have him come to Iraq. January 24, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru MNT Goat. The CBI is being very cautious to see how the US Trump administration is going to play out. Remember that Iraq is ditching the dollar, but Trump has vowed to keep the USD as the reserve currency around the world. Remember, Iraq just de-dollarized and would love to get off the petrodollar and find another peg or basket of currencies to peg to. I know for a fact the IMF has been working on this new basket of 6 currencies for this purpose. Will the US Treasury under the Trump administration accept it? Let's see how this plays out. January 23, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26, former banker and federal bank examiner with the US Treasury. Bill update. Remember, here's the key: it's your currency. It's your money and you're in control. You're in the driver's seat. Banks have policies, but doesn't mean they can't change them. They sure as heck don't want you to go down to the bank 3 blocks down because they're going to lose a lot of money. January 23, 2025 Newshound Guru Militiaman. One of the key things in a monetary policy when they go to revalue a country is they have high security. They want to tamp down currency manipulation. They want to stamp out the black market. That's all part of the process. Article quote: any attempt to manufacture, possess or pass on fake banknotes is a criminal act that is severely punished by law. Calling for the delivery of any fake banknotes to the police and to the Central Bank of Iraq. January 23, 2025 Intel Guru Mark Z, via PDK. I heard this from several different groups. No taxes on our exchange? We are starting to hear more and more logistics on this thing. There is progress and movement happening. Dinar Guru note: at the end of the day, the only opinion on taxes that matters is the IRS's. Consult your tax professionals at the appropriate time to determine the correct tax for your unique circumstances. January 23, 2025 Newshound Guru Jeff. I'm not trying to give you a date. Iraq can only change their rate on a Sunday. The rate will change on what is their Sunday morning before or by the time their banks open. Their banks open Sunday morning 8 a.m. their time. Here's the unknown variable in this. Does Iraq need something like a holiday to legitimately suspend or pause their currency auction on a Sunday, allowing them to change the rate? That's a question none of us can answer. We don't know. January 23, 2025 Newshound, Intel Guru FNULNU. In a float, there will be no wild ride with gyrating values. A float is a mechanism devised so a basket of currencies will remain relatively stable. It cannot move more than 2% either way, up or down, every 90 days. That means any significant movement in value, per currency, will take a very long time. January 23, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground Report, Firefly. Mr. Sammy says when Amendment 12 of Budget passes, then the next step will be that the budget table will be going to Parliament. Once that passes, a new rate will show before the tables go to Parliament because the budget table line items need that rate. Frank, thank you for that understanding. I really appreciate it. I'm going to rule out the 15 days and focus only on the accomplishment of the amendments that will expose the new budget and the new rate. January 23, 2025 Intel Guru Mark Z, via PDK. We don't know when it's going to happen, but we are seeing many signs that it is very close. I was told by political sources that it is a top priority for our new U.S. administration to see currency and rate changes. January 23, 2025 Newshound Guru Pimpy article. CBI unveils new banknote security features. Yes, they are new banknotes, but the difference between the new ones and the old ones is there are additional security features on there, so no, there's no panic about you having to switch out your old notes for the new notes. Why go through the hassle of putting on all these additional security features if you thought you were going to change your currency and give it a redenomination without the zeros? And change the exchange rate? Doesn't sound to me like there is any plans in the very near future for them to go ahead and redenominate as well as change the exchange rate. January 23, 2025 Intel Guru Bruce, via Wiser Now. I was misinformed, and I misinformed you guys. This could not go before President Trump made his way back into the Oval Office. And the information we were getting might have been coded, and we took the code wrong, or whatever happened, my fault, my bad. The good news is he is back in as of the 20th of January. But now that we've crossed that threshold that President Trump is back, and the good news is that we are moving forward. I just think we're looking very good to get started with this. There is nothing else to hold us up from going. January 23, 2025 Newshound Guru Claire, community comment declared January 22, 2025 auction article below. Emo, the math used here isn't what we can be excited about. 1250 dinar is definitely better than the official rate of 1310 dinar to the dollar, but if you take the old dinar 1250 of them and trade them in for one new dinar, 1 million dinar is equal to $800, you are not in Iraq exchanging. How? Did you miss this part? Making the value of 1 dinar equal to $1. Follow-up question, now I'm more confused, so if I'm an Iraqi citizen, I have to accept it at 1250 old dinar for 1 new dinar. But if I'm not in Iraq, I can trade it 1 for 1. On Forex, supply and demand will increase value externally. In Iraq, they will only use dinars. Why don't you understand? A dinar is equal to $1. If it starts out that way, and then it starts trading on Forex, the value will go up from there. If they do it this way. January 23, 2025 Intel Guru Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground Report, Firefly. CBI on TV news saying new banknotes will circulate with the existing ones and there are no plans to pull the older notes. They will coexist. Then they talked about the new security features on the new banknotes that are coming out. They are preparing this to give us the new small category notes. Frank. Emo, those 30 notes will be exactly like the new small category notes minus the zeros, and instead of a 25 emo it'll be a 20. January 23, 2025 Intel Guru Mark Z, via PDK, question. Any new predicted rate on dinar and dong? Mark Z. Still hearing, and what makes the most sense is $4 to $4.50 on dinar and $2 to $3 on the VND. Some of the rates we have seen most often is $3.90 to $4 showing up on dinar and $2.40 to $2.50 showing up for the dong. We won't know for sure until we are at the banks. January 23, 2025 Intel Guru Wolverine, via Judy Byington. This has been a long journey for all of us. It seems all is ready. The liquidity and money is there and we are ready to go. I have spoken to people who actually have appointments with banks, and I've seen bank accounts. All is ready to go. This time it is real. It is real. Am I excited? Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: Dinar Recaps.